Well, we know on Friday we have another SEC opponent, and anyone in the SEC, it's going to be a good meet. It's going to be intense. Both teams are going to bring out their best performance, and we have an away meet, and so it's going to be, again, a different setting, a different arena. It's not our hometown, so really just focusing on ourselves and continuing to make those little improvements that we need to throughout the season in order to peak at the end and peak at the right time. But really just, treating it like every other weekend. It's a business trip. You get in there, you do your job, and you go home.
So heading over to Kentucky, this week of practice, obviously the way that the floor lineup kind of started and kind of you guys be able to finish kind of strong there at the end. Is that something that coach is going to be kind of harping on at practice to make sure you guys are a little bit more crisp in those landings, or what do you think the focus is this week?
I don't think it would be too hard just because you can't, it's in season, you can't pound on routines, you can't do those numbers just because we have to save our bodies. It's a marathon, not a sprint. But, we might change up the lineups a little bit. We might, rest some people. We might, put in fresh legs. I'm not really sure what the coaches have in mind, but I think we know that we can learn from our mistakes last weekend and move forward.
What is the environment in Lexington like? Just going over there, another road environment. How have the girls kind of gotten used to getting on the road for these tough road meets?
I think this is the third one now. So our freshmen are starting to get used to it. Our sophomores, they've been on road meets before. They haven't been to Kentucky because we alternate every other year, but that's something that the upperclassmen just kind of share a little bit of knowledge that we have, like, this arena looks like this, or this arena it's a little darker, a little lighter. Just little things that honestly the audience doesn't really notice, but we do, just because each apparatus at every other arena is different. Yes, it's a balance beam or it's a bars, but sometimes the bars are loose, or the beam is a little more rough, or the floor is harder. So it's just those little things that we can inform our underclassmen just to be mentally prepared for it.
You guys feel like you've, gotten into a little bit of a groove? The season now you're really underway in the season. It's not the first couple meets, it's not the first road meet, not the first SEC meet. Like, you guys are in it. So, you guys feel like you've kind of caught a groove of like scheduling and everything, and of course, like just kind of going out and handling your business and just doing it every week now.
Definitely. We have, whether it's a home meet, we know we're going to have practice on Sunday. If it's an away meet, we know we're going to have practice on Monday. So this is when we start getting into a schedule just to be consistent with our training and just knowing what to expect so we don't waste time in the gym. Getting in to practice, hitting our stuff, being confident in what we do, and preparing for the next weekend.
You mentioned you didn't know what coach was going to do as far as shifting the lineup. I know at the NC State she said some girls were going with some cold, had some colds, and just trying to recover health-wise. Do you feel like the core is ready for Kentucky this week?
Definitely. Yeah, and that's what's so great about our team is that we do have depth. That's one of the vital things about a team. It's if someone goes down, you have another person ready to go, and so I think that's something that our team does really well. We really emphasize on having that depth that we want just in case anything happens. We've actually practiced that a few times this season already, and it's only been 5 meets. We've had to interchange the lineups a little bit just because someone had a bad fall or like someone wasn't feeling good, and so we know that we can do that. We know that we can handle it, and so we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing.
Another meet for Bailey, got some more experience over the weekend. How has she continued to adapt to getting in the lineup, and is she somebody that you feel like the coaches are really grooming to be a big star on this team, like I guess going forward, especially when you are going to need this depth going forward?
Definitely. Bailey has had quite the transition coming from January. She just got here a month ago, and it's great to see her that she has been in those lineups so far. I think for her, it's really the biggest adjustment is the training inside of the gym. She's a really good athlete. She wouldn't be here if she weren't. but just being consistent in the gym, because we know she can compete. She's proven that. She knows how to get out there and do her job for us. But the coaches really want to emphasize her on being consistent in the gym, because when you're consistent in the gym, then that brings confidence to your whole team and to the coaches, and just being prepared for anything. And I think that Bailey, as young as she is, she's done a really good job at that. She's been in that alternate position, and there have been times where we've needed her to be in the lineups, and so I'm really proud of how she's handled that.